Hello out there in Streamland. We're doing a little bit of Starfinder into Svenzone. Just gonna check my sound real quick. All right, so I am good to go. Let's have a little bit of let me throw up a new image I made for everybody.
Ooh, new image.
This is the crew of the Midnight Seven.
Oh, nice. That is nice.
So,
That ship is amazing, man.
as you can see on the top of the ship, we have going left to right. We have Loki. Bobby, say hi.
Hi.
We have, just gonna check my sound real quick. All right, so I am good to go. She's here. Have a little bit of but she'll be getting on the sound just a second. Image I made for everybody
Mika. Ooh, new image.
with her little
Come on.
with her little companion, and then we have our Bolita friend named Twitch. He is also joining us in just a moment. Whatever. And then we also have Orindor. Reno, say hi.
Orindor, yeah. He's only 6'3", although, 3'6", I'm sorry. 3'6". Although he looks much taller. He's actually a small person.
Yeah, I just threw this together really quick, so I'm probably going to tweak it just a little bit, and then even put some labels on there and stuff, and try to make it more height, sort of go left to right. The problem is we just don't have Mr. Doc Dade. Jingo, say hi.
Hello, hello.
So all we have is his sexy glance there for his token that he uses. Maybe I'll throw like the body of Fabio on there or something.
There you go. That's what we need.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll see if I can find that full image because I might have edited that down from a fuller image.
I thought that was actually you.
No, that's not actually me. That is the comedian Stephen Fry.
Oh, there you go.
And then, of course, we also have Verti. Logan, say hi.
Hello.
And of course, Doc Dade's friend and companion, Beaker.
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 Actually, if you look at the image of those, they are much bigger than I thought they were. Because the image of that thing, if you look at the one in the compendium, it's holding an energy drink in its paws to give you an idea of its size.
Okay.
Yep, I can show you that guy. So I can show that to you. I just deleted that image actually about 5 minutes ago.
I don't think mine is fully grown yet, but he's going to get bigger.
Like to what size fully when he's done?
Let him find that image and show you, and
okay,
you'll get an idea.
Yeah, it would be cool to have like some sort of a scale type of thing on these things, because I have the feeling that Loki and Verdi are pretty massive, whereas Twitch is fairly. There you go. Now that's full grown, or is that medium?
That's full grown.
Okay.
So I imagine he's about hobbit size when he's full grown, but mine's not that big yet.
Right.
But when he gets full grown, he'll be too big to hide in my coat.
So Sven, does that mean that they will become characters in our lineup here because of that? Both.
I have a follower character sheet that's attached. It's a section on my player character sheet, so it will be another character once I get the feats to actually have him be really effective at higher levels.
Right.
He'll act like an extra member of the party.
Oh, nice.
They are companions, and so it's the same thing as the spider empathnid that
Right.
she has on our other game.
Right. Because she can only use one at a time, so it's a moot point
Yeah.
if it's
So yeah,
okay.
if you want a companion that does a lot of cool things, you have to spend all your feats having a companion, which is what I intend to do.
Right. As you level up and whatnot. Cool.
Alrighty, so we now have Roberta joining us. I don't know that she's on. I've got 400 windows open, so
Window creep is
she is
real.
not quite on Discord yet. Um, and I'll also release that was a sound, so it might have been her.
I heard sound.
Roberta, was that you?
Camera link.
I see somebody muted.
Amika,
She's muted.
release.
Muted, but I'll be right back.
All right,
I can hear you
You can
very
grab
softly.
Amika.
Amika.
And will she be joining you soon?
Of course she will.
All right, so Reno, you like doing these type of things?
Yes.
Would you read
Yes.
read us the message of the day and get everybody caught up as to what is going on?
All right. So, mission of the day: continuing our search for the breath of Ambas, a strange ship that came through the far portal. The party came into the galley. 3 fire elements were used to provide fire for the chefs, but they had escaped their bonds and gleefully attacked the party. And then we have the image of the embers of death, the breath of embers. So that was the one that was in the refrigerators, correct? Or no?
Ooh, they were in like the stove.
Right, they're
In
on.
the-
Refrigerators
in the
was the other
galley.
games.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, the
It's very
refrigerator had
confusing.
oozes.
Yep.
Not
And
your
that
own
was the other
refrigerators.
game.
My mistake.
Yeah, so this one, there are some
Stoves
setups
and
that
stuff.
are like the Oriental restaurants you go to, the fancy restaurants where they cook in front of you and do all the fancy tricks and juggling and things like that.
Teppanyaki.
Yep. And so that's how this room is set up. There's a couple different ones, and there's a breakfast one and then a main one as well as sinks and other things. But so the grills, there were 3 grills, and they had the elementals that were bound to the grills, but they escaped. And I believe it was Loki who had figured that out last week with his technomancery.
That's right.
I think it was. I don't remember.
So
That's why we need the GM to give us the full on exhaustive encounters that we had, because
right.
he knows what's going on.
And it feels like it's been a month. Plus, the GM is watches the stream too on YouTube. So if you guys want to catch up, those watching, check us out. You can see all their hijinks,
Exactly.
see what's going on. If nothing else, you can pull it up and watch like the last 2 minutes at double the speed, and then you're like, oh yeah, okay, that's what happened, and then you'll be good to go.
So
All right,
Amika is on right now. Is Amika on yet or no?
Roberta, is Amika there?
1 minute, she says. 1 moment.
Okay. All right.
How's this?
So the last of the elementals have been smashed by the Verti's shield, and you guys are sort of catching your breath. Several of you are hurt, down a lot of SP, and a couple of you are even wounded, like Twitch, for example, and Verti. They actually have wounds. So I presume you guys would want to sit for a minute in a nice comfy chairs for 10 minutes and take a short rest.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I'm correct, my character Orindor has a total of 13 hit points total, or is that
6 stamina
just
and 7 hit points. Correct. Total of 13.
okay?
Let me
Who
know
So
when
is
your short rest.
so the 2 represents the fatigue, or is it no fatigue?
who is down actual hit points?
I am down
Alright.
7.
Give me
There
a
we go.
second here.
Initiative, rest,
Verdi
rest,
and Twitch is also
short
really
rest.
far down.
Twitch and Verti are down. Amika and even Orindor is down a couple.
Right. Because our hit points. So am I
Amika,
correct that there is no fatigue, or is the fatigue is also another thing?
fatigue takes away your stamina. Wounds takes away your hit points.
So Orindor then has no fatigue, but has 2 hit points removed
Removed, yes. So he has
from
full
his.
stamina, all 6 stamina,
Okay.
and 5 hit points left out of his 7.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
We here
Yes.
now.
Transfer
We
turn,
can
recall,
hear you now.
mending. Oh my God! Please do not do that. Spell cache. Okay. So while Roberta is fiddling around, I have a quick question for you. Orindor, he has where's my feet say?
405.
Hold on a second. He has a weapons focus. And what is his weapon? It says choose a weapon type, small arms, blah blah blah. You gain a 1+ bonus to attack rolls with the weapon type. If you post blah 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 blah. Blah. Okay, so what is it? What do I already have that set up? And what weapon is it?
Yeah, so if you look at your feats page on under your abilities,
Yeah,
it's a
I'm there.
weapon. It's a small arms weapon focus small arms. So anytime you use a small arm, you get a +1 to hit.
Okay, so
We're both
the
ready over here.
basic melee weapon and light arm. Basic melee weapon is different than the small arms proficiency.
Correct. That's why
Okay,
your laser pistol and your pulsecaster pistols have higher attacks than your baton because they
okay,
use
cool.
different. They use strength instead of dex, and you don't have the bonus.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And by the way, Jingo, I had not spoken to you since I found this out. Remind me when we finish, there is a free extension that does the proficiency that everybody gets at level 3 automatically. So as you
Okay.
level the carrot, you have to do it. So it makes it really nice because that was one thing I had to go through and remember to do.
10 minutes.
Add all that to every single weapon every time they leveled. So I'll show you what that is.
All right. Soon, I'm going to take a minute and go get my kids to bed before we really get going.
All right,
So
don't forget to mute the mic.
I'll be away. Hey, I won't.
Fine. We're not really going right now, so.
All right. Oh, we're going. We're going. And you're so everybody take a short rest. Those who need it, go ahead and use your resolve. So like
All
Twitch
right.
and Amika, go ahead and use your
Just a
resolve.
second. I'm looking up exactly what I need to do to. I may be able to recover some hit points.
Sweet.
Yes, and I
So-
think I did that for you as well.
All right, my custom microlab counts as a basic med kit. With a basic med kit, the DC to treat deadly wounds is a 25, which is pretty steep. But
Meaning that you automatically get a 25 on their hit points?
no, I mean I need to get a 25 on my medicine.
Oh, okay.
So if you look at your
Yeah.
at your what the hell is it called? Actions page, It's there.
Uh-huh.
It's there. So it says Medkit Basic,
Awesome.
treat deadly wounds, DC 25, and then you can just drag it.
Excellent. Excellent.
And the reason I did that is so that you can only do that once every 24 hours, or it's once every. I believe it's a once every 24 hours. I had to double check that, but that way you also have the effect. So once you've treated them, you can then drag it to them.
Yeah, because
Also,
I can only do that once every 24 hours per person, I believe.
Orindor also has a healing of, a serum of healing, Mark 1. I know that's not very wonderful, but it does
All right.
it
And
does
what do you?
heal 2d4.
Save that because that doesn't come back. The things that I do does.
Well,
So,
fine, man.
so
Fine.
let me see what I can do first. Yeah, save that for when we don't have anything else.
Okay.
Let's see. Treat deadly wounds. It takes 1 minute. Let's see. Where's my skill? Wish me luck.
Look. Oh yeah, 8. Nice.
No, I
17.
was not able to treat. Who was
Oh,
the first person on the list that was down hit points? Would have been Amica. I was unable to treat Amica.
it's
Let's try
Amika.
Orindor. Amica, I'm sorry.
No, don't bother with me. I'm only down a 2, I think.
Now let's see.
He heals 1, so
You heal 1. I can't get high enough to heal you extra, but I'll heal 1 point.
So
And
quickly,
let's
can I? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
do one for Twitch as well.
Twitch needs help. Twitch needs help.
and you've got a code on there. You can just drop it onto Orindor in the comment
Okay,
tracker
Twitch got
to
some
heal.
serious hit
Okay.
points. Holy crap. Okay, so
There we go.
Sven, my man, can I ask you a quick question?
In 30 seconds.
Okay.
And last one to try it, Verdi.
Oh,
No.
that's not good.
No, not very good at this yet. Still a low level doctor, but worth a try.
Exactly. So you're just using magic for this type of thing, or you're
No, I'm actually using I have a custom micro lab.
all
It's
right,
like this medicine bag I carry around that's got all kinds of serums and little
right.
techno devices and stuff in it, and I'm pulling stuff out of that to treat your wounds.
I have a hygiene kit if that's any help.
I don't know, but no, what I do is not magical. It is all technology.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty, and what was your question?
My question is, I noticed that most of these people that have wounds and whatnot, they also have fatigue damage. Now, Orindor just has just wounds and no fatigue. So I'm confused as to why that is the case.
For example, Twitch right now has 7 fatigue damage and 7 wounds because that's how it works. You take damage on your stamina. When your stamina is
Nine
gone, then you go
wounds.
to hit points. But
9 wounds.
I think his question
everybody
is,
else is
why does he
taking a
have hit
10-minute
points
rest
damage? Yes.
and got their stamina back.
Okay.
So Twitch would
If I
too. He just hadn't clicked the button yet.
Okay, so if I use a stamina point, then that removes my fatigue, but my wounds remain the same.
The wounds
Correct.
remain the same.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you only recover 1 hit point per level per day. If you spend 24 hours in bed rest, like laying in a nice comfy bed in a hotel room or a hospital, you can get double that. Hit points come
24
back
hours?
slow. Yes.
So and the way
So
I
you get
explain
back
it
1
is a
point a day.
boxing match. When you're there fighting, you get wearing out, you're sweating, you're trading punches. That's taking your fatigue.
Right.
You take a 10-minute rest, you're rested again. You're good to go. But if somebody punches you in the lips and your lip starts bleeding, it's going to take a couple of days for that to get to heal.
Right.
You
Okay.
still have that hit point damage.
So what's the SP then?
That's
That
your
is
stamina.
stamina.
That's the temporary damage.
As
So in
opposed
a
to
fight,
fatigue? As opposed to fatigue?
I believe they're the same thing.
So, stamina is fatigue affects your stamina. So when you get hit,
Jesus.
you get fatigued, so it lowers your
And-
stamina. Wounds affect your hit points.
I apologize for being so confused, but it's freaking
Well,
confusing.
the idea being, you take whenever you get hit, it always comes off your stamina points and not your hit points until you run out of stamina points. So basically, you can take a certain amount of punishment before it does any permanent harm.
Okay.
And if
When
you
it
look at the
gets into
front,
your hit points, it's doing permanent harm. As long as you're taking stamina, that's just bumps and bruises, the wear and tear of adventuring.
if you look at the front page of your character sheet, it's
Right.
a little clearer because you see HP and you go across max current wounds, SP max current fatigue. So it gives you a little bit more clear
Fatigue. Okay.
on the bottom of your main page.
So I only have a total of 12 hit points then.
Right this second, yes. You have a max of 13.
You have
Right now
more
you
hit
hurt by
points than I
1
do.
because Doc just healed you. He
Wow.
wrapped up your
Okay.
wounds and put a band-aid on it, gave you a lollipop.
Right. And I have 1 stamina left for my fatigue. All right.
Correct.
That's
And
why I'm a short little guy and I'm getting killed.
yep, a little halfling. All right, so Doc, have you finished your heals
I
and
have.
put the ones? Now, if you fail, then I will let you try again. After like 10 minutes or so, if you want to try it again, or because that does take 1 minute. Eventually, you will also be able to take 20 on that. If you want to take the time to do that. But if you fail, then it doesn't count. So you can still keep trying, and then you can do it. Can't do it again for another 24 hours. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Alrighty. So, so everybody has been. Let's see, who was it? Orin, for example. Yeah. So make sure you put the effect on Orin that he's been treated,
Yes.
or anybody
It
else that
says
you healed.
micro lab attunement. Oh, that's not it.
Yep. You are tuned to Doc's micro lab, so he can mess with you at will.
Exactly.
And if we want to take another 10 minutes, I can try to
Yes,
Okay,
I
so
would agree. Definitely, Verity needs some help and Twitch needs some help. So I vote for that.
so you did it to 3 different people or 4?
I tried once on each of the wounded individuals.
1, 2,
A
3,
total of
4. So that's
4.
4.
Yep.
So yeah, so
And
it's been
so
about
that
5
took like,
minutes. I can say you can
yeah.
cycle that again one more time if you wanted to try that again during your 10-minute rest. Go back and
Can I
try.
give? Can Orindor give him any help with medicine or life science or anything?
Are you trained in medicine?
Nope. Mysticism.
Then no. Anybody?
Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand.
There you go. If somebody is trained in medicine, then yes, you can do it.
Okay, fine.
You can use your sleight of
I'm-
hand to steal his lollipops before he gives them away.
There you go.
I'm trained in medicine.
All
There we
right, I
go.
was unable to treat Amika's wounds.
All right. So do you want to help him with twitches?
Sure.
Go ahead and roll medicine. He just needs above a 10.
Nice.
All right. So Doc got. So you have a +4. Doc, go ahead and add that because 2 people helped you when you're trying to get Twitch. Nice.
Boom.
So I'm
All
going
right.
to say
Let's see.
this is
That is 5 above, so that is going to heal. Boom, 5 hit points.
nice.
Nice. Very
So I
nice.
don't have that coded.
So
If you,
just
I'll
reduces hit points by 5.
Yep, just add the
Is his
effect.
damage by 5, and then we'll give Verdi another chance. You guys want to try to help me on that?
Yep. Twitch and Verti, you can try
Here,
again.
you hold this. Here, you put the paste on there. Here, you put the bandage on like so. Oh, nailed it.
Nice.
As we're doing the triage team thing.
Exactly.
All right, another +4.
Nice. Oh,
Unsuccessful. Unable to treat Verdi's wound.
It's those weird lizard guys, just not used to it.
Yeah.
Those 3 hearts and stuff.
The
yeah.
What?
band-aids just don't want to stick. Anyways, I patched this up a little bit.
Nice.
All right, so while he's so you guys have finished your 10-minute rest. Luckily, Doc did not need to take a 10-minute rest because he was all good to go. And doing what he's doing only takes a minute. So, after a fight, even if you didn't want to take a 10-minute rest, if you didn't want to take a minute, literally, then he can go ahead and do that. Eventually, he'll be able to do it on the fly because he's a biohacker.
Nice.
So, now that you guys are done, you've made a mess of things. You also, when you came in here, if you don't remember, there you go. So through the thing in the chat. So as I had explained before, the layout of the room, but there was also stuff scattered on the floor. It looks like several of the cabinets had been opened and are still open. But above you, there are some nice domes that display the stars above you.
Nice.
I do appreciate the architecture.
Orndor will look around and see if he can find some sort of a small armed weapon type of thing. We're not in combat, correct?
A weapon? You're looking
Yeah.
specifically for a weapon?
Yeah, like a knife or something like that, like a kitchen knife or something of that sort. He only has a baton. It'd be nice to have like a utility knife or something, in the realm of 13 to 15 inches, something like that.
Is this door marked?
I don't understand your question. There is a door there,
Is,
yes.
is there a sign above the door? I know that some of the doors had signs above them or next to them in that alien language that we can't read. Does this one have a sign?
So go ahead and so anybody else, Oren and Doc are specifically looking around and doing things. Anybody else who's searching can give me either engineering or perception.
Okay.
Doc, you can give me engineering or perception.
Oh yeah, nice.
All right. And Bobby, are you back?
Yes, I am.
There we go.
You
Now we can hear
said
you. All right. So if you
you said engineering or perception?
yes,
I'll roll engineering.
Nice.
19.
Nice. Very nice.
all right. So Loki, you realize as you're looking around during your 10-minute rest that there are 2 Mark II culinary synthesizers, and you could plausibly remove them from the galley if you ever wanted to. Take them with you.
Do we need them? Sam?
Need is a
Culinary
relative term.
synthesizer.
It's
So
basically
what? They're level 3.
if you're in a mind to be looting, they are worth some money.
So if you
Until
click
and
on the
unless
tab that says other,
we find crew members or somebody on this ship that owns it. So far, it looks
Didn't
like
we-
this ship's abandoned,
We
which
got-
means that
Didn't
anything
we
on it belongs
kill
to
one
us.
of the? I'm pretty sure we found one of the crew, or at least someone in here.
I don't think that was a crew member. I don't think anything that we came across was a crew member.
Those little flame things.
so you can click on the other tab, and it gives you a description of what it does. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, the simple explanation of what this does is you create up to common quality meals, minor intoxicants, and any other food or drink with a price of 3 credits or less is what these do. It's basically
So
a
kind
food
of like
replicator.
yeah, that's what like the food thing on Star Trek. They
Exactly.
just said what they wanted, and it made it for them.
Orindor's all for intoxicants, man. So I say yes.
And then as well, let's see, Berkey
Superior
did perception
intoxicants.
and Amika did perception, but you guys both failed at life.
Oh, that is just mean. I did engineering.
All right, so Twitch and Orindor. Dang it.
Yes.
So, Orindor, Doc, to answer your question, let me find exactly so I don't misspeak. Here it is. So there is the normal signs. So all the doors are pretty much controlled by a little panel. Open, close, lock, unlock, and then you have a means to secure the lock or unlock it. It looks to be some sort of either handprint or fingerprint or something that is placed upon it, some sort of reader. But in this particular case, besides that normal panel, you also notice that there's, like every other door in here, there's a small panel above the door, and it's humming intermittently. If you hear a little hum coming from it every once in a while, and so as you are staring at that, and Twitch and Orindor, all three of you are pretty much right there, and you can all see it. And so as you're looking at it, you realize that there's an alarm panel above the door. But while it should be going off, for some reason it is not.
Curious.
Now, Orindor has a lot of knowledge about technology and whatnot. Can he surmise what that might be about?
Does it appear to be malfunctioning?
Yes. So you guys have already seen signs of damage throughout the ship. Maybe not throughout the ship, but in the engine room, you saw that the engines had been damaged. You saw the whale doing the damage as well,
Right.
when you guys were out there, outside the ship.
So it seems that it's caused some of the systems inside to fail.
So Loki, let me see, what did you roll?
19.
All right, so you rolled a 19 engineering as well. So you're able to, because you can read the symbol, you see that it's saying that there is a hull breach on the other side.
Whole breach.
So there's
Uh,
or lack of pressure, something along those lines. You're not sure exactly what it says, but
Don't want to open that door.
and I say to everybody, you might not want to open that door.
Alrighty then.
Bad things are going to happen if you do.
We do not have our Lashunta armor.
you do not
Well, let's
find any other. You do not find any.
I'm gonna,
I'll say there's a 10% chance. Give me a percentile, and I'll say there's a 10% chance you find a knife that's working and
Okay.
will fit your needs.
No.
Do you need a
So
knife?
the problem is in this type of world setting, whatever you want to call it, if you just use a kitchen knife,
Yeah.
then it's considered an archaic weapon. So it does 5 less damage than normal. Your fighting
Okay.
knives and your swords, your survival knives, stuff like that, have been magically / technologically enhanced to where they are work against this type of armor and things that most people wear.
Okay.
So that's why you're like, why the
But
hell
it's a,
wouldn't there be a knife in the
but
kitchen?
it's a
But that's
level
why.
3 though. That's why kind of my wondering.
Do you
It's a
need
level 3.
Do you need a knife? I have a knife. I mean, I don't know when I picked it up, but I've been carrying it around. I'll probably hurt myself if I try to fight with it. So you're welcome to it. It's not much of a knife.
Well, okay. So, Sven, is that something that I know Orindor is definitely skilled in this sort of thing. He has a baton
There.
and his 2 pistols, but
I don't think the knife is going to do any more damage than your baton. It's just going to do a different kind of damage.
What
But
the
if
hell?
you
okay.
want it,
Yeah,
I put it in the party sheet.
okay.
I probably will never use it.
Party sheet. Here we go. Right. Okay, so
So
it's
as
a
long
level
as it's
1 then.
I presume it's a basic melee weapon. So as long
Yep.
as it's a basic melee weapon, you can pick it up and use
It
it just fine.
is. It is. Yeah.
All right, I'll just keep it on me, if you don't mind. It's a level 1. It's a 1d4 standard stuff.
Just
So,
make sure
but
it's
yeah,
equipped and it should show up in your actions page. All right, so
okay.
you guys opening the door then? Is
For
that what
that,
you said?
this one here, that would. I don't know that I want to open that when it's got a hull breach. We might have to come back to it. Even though there's a hull breach, that doesn't mean that everything beyond that door is, depressurized. There might be information we need
Okay.
back there, but let's look everywhere else first, and hopefully we won't have to mess with that door.
Cool.
There's another door up here.
That worked. I'll think.
Okay.
So Orndor has some lock picking abilities, sleight of hand. Is lock picking sleight of hand or no? It's different. Well, no, he has thieves' tools.
Lockpicking is
Yeah.
sleight of hand, yes.
Oh, it is. Okay. So Orndor will check out the lock and see if there's any sort of if it's doable. If is it electronic or whatever. He'll make an assessment. I'm saying.
Okay, you're standing by the cooking station. What door are you
I have
talking
no
about?
map. I have no map. So can you toss me up the map? Nice. Okay.
And don't forget
So
you guys can
yes.
double click on your token on your character sheet, and you can also open it up in the message of the day.
Okay. So I'm now near the door, correct? So am I able to open it? Shall I try opening it? By pressing the button for close and open?
You can open it if you want to. Go ahead.
I'm gonna open the door, guys. Here we go. I've opened it.
All right. So there is pressure behind this door, as there has been in most of the other room.
Okay. So it looks like it might be a bedroom, guys. So I'm heading in. I'm gonna say it's a bedroom or somebody's quarters.
All right. So you see again, this is very elegant. There's designs on the floor. Everything is done in brass and basalt. There's a huge window that goes on to the east. The curved window that you can see. Also, and it goes all the way up to the roof, so you can see all the
Nice.
stars all the way around, just like you did in the opposite side of the ship. There's a big desk, and there's also the bed. But again, like the kitchen, you see that several of these cabinets have been opened, and there's a small door to the south.
Okay. So Orndor is going to announce he's going to open the door. I'm standing in front of it, correct?
Correct.
There's a door.
And it leads to
Okay,
a bathroom with
opening
a
the door.
sonic shower.
Oh, that's nice.
Let's
Okay.
shake this room down.
Exactly. Let's see who's computer literate. Well, I have some training in computers. Can I see if I can access anything?
I know my way around a computer.
All right, I'll step out of the way
I'll
then.
help you. I'll help you.
So go, and those of you who are searching, give me
I'll help
perception
as well.
checks in the tower, please.
Tower. Okay. Where's my tower's going? Hold on.
Pretty much always and forever, any perception check, any stealth check will always be in the tower.
All right.
Talk.
All right, here we go. All right, perception. Okay. So do I need to roll a computer check, or the perception covered that?
All right, so I'm just going to go down the list, and I'm going to go down the list of people who did decent rolls. So we will start with Doc. You find inside the closet is an elegant captain's uniform of brass and brass and black with a crimson sun symbol emblazoned on the chest. Go ahead and give me a culture mysticism check. Culture or mysticism DC 15.
Nice.
So you realize it's not the logo of any recognized organization that you realize.
Does it look like it would fit me?
You also realize that this was originally made for a Sheeran. Yes, a Sheeran.
And Orndor does not
Anything
know shit.
can be used, can be altered with time and or UPBs if necessary, as long as it's the same size. It can even be altered if it's a different size, but it's just higher cost and time to do so.
Right.
So the answer to your question is yes. This is medium casual station wear armor.
Ooh. What's the level on that?
you are not there. Twitch.
Come on
You
in.
do see a belt with 2 static arc pistols in matching holsters. And
Ooh.
all right, so Loki, you did computers check. Go ahead and give me a perception check in the tower.
Okay. Yeah, I accidentally changed the picture on my thing,
Ooh.
but perception that's on the main page. This little blue
Computers,
dot here
perception,
would
Twitch,
be
Wonder.
20. Why
Nice.
did it?
And Verti, were you not searching?
I mean, I guess I could.
No, I'm just
It's
double
not very
checking because I didn't see your
enthusiastic,
roll.
sir.
Want to make sure I didn't miss it. All right, so Loki, you find in one of the drawers on the desk. You find a holographic portrait projector, and you're fiddling with it for a minute.
Projector. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Ooh,
And you see it has 2
that's
Sheerans.
Sheeran. Sheeran, yeah.
And I presume everyone is looking at this as he shows it to everyone. Doc, you would know this automatically. Anybody else want to give me a life science DC 10? And you see them waving toward the viewer.
Nice, nice, nice.
All right, so you recognize that the one darker one is an Efreet, and it's sort of a from the shearing from the plane of fire.
Which makes it a freak.
Correct.
Is free
Interesting.
a specific language or is like
I believe they speak Ignan is the language they speak.
okay?
It's a sort of like a so you can have a human Efreet or a Sheeran Efreet or different races. Anybody who's from the plane of fire is an Efreet as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. But there's 2 of them, and one of them is an Ifrit, and one of them looks like a regular Sheeran.
Correct. So the device is sitting on top of an ornate card box made of flexible metal.
Oh.
Fancy.
Can I open the box?
Is anybody else looking at going to touch the portrait?
I'll hand
No.
it to whoever wants.
No.
And I'll open the box that it was sitting on. I'm sure I noticed the box if I noticed.
I'm standing right there, so I'll certainly turn around and give you a little hand there.
All right, so in the box, so you take the picture and you're looking at it, and in the box there is a Harrow deck, which is basically Harrow, which is basically similar to a tarot card. They're used for divining the future. They are also made of metal. So
Cool.
I'm going to throw all these things in the party sheet so you guys can take a gander, and that will answer your question, Orindor, as far as levels.
Okay.
So if people want something, let me know and I'll divvy it up. But you can click the little piezo symbol and read about them. Let me know if anything is not identified. I'm not sure how these are classified.
Stationware level 3, man. That's somebody got to use that if they can.
I'm looking at the armor I've got now and comparing it.
Yeah. Rapture dust. Afraid that. Look at that.
And Orindor, you find that there's actually a little hidden compartment in the portrait protector,
Oh, nice, nice.
and that's what has the rapture dust in it.
Cool. +2
All right.
morale bonus to
I
saves
would like
against fear.
the stat.
The arc pistol.
You want one or both of them?
Can I use one of those?
Level
If
2.
you have
I
small arms as your the
really
level
only necessarily one
the level
unless somebody else
of
doesn't
items
want it.
is really only there for the game master to judge when to give you access to them. Just because an item is level 3 doesn't mean you can't use it because you're only level 1. It's
Right. I'm saying
the
like
power
if,
ranking
but if I have a level 1 and there's a level 3 thing,
is a better thing, yes. So
Right.
you do want the better thing. And those arc pistols do a D6, so they're going to be a step up from anything we started with.
Right.
I'll
That's
take one
that's
of
right
them.
too. There you go. 20 charges and stun.
Yeah,
right.
I believe that
So what we'll
the arc
do,
pistols can be set for non-lethal damage.
That's nice. Does anybody else
they are
have a?
non-lethal. So if you want to do lethal damage with them, you take a -4 to hit. So the anybody who wants to do the stationware, roll a 20, and whoever gets highest will.
I'm going to pass
So
on it because it's not really. I mean, it trades a point of kinetic armor class for a point of energy armor class for me, and it doesn't have an upgrade slot. So I'm going to pass on it.
does anybody? What is? Where did I find that for Orindor
I'm
for
passing.
armor class type of thing? Where do I
Well,
find that sort of thing?
you want to compare it to your armor?
Yeah, I don't think I even have
It-
any armor. That's why I'm asking.
You don't have any armor?
I don't know. I'm asking where would I look?
On your inventory tab,
Okay.
you should have, and it may have an odd name to it,
Okay.
but
The second skin.
that's your armor.
Okay. I have so level 1. Hardness is 7. So if somebody else needs it, definitely. But Orindor could definitely use it. His hit points is only 13.
Yeah. So the second skin, it
Mine are
gives
less
you
than that.
second skin gives you +2 to your kinetic armor class bonus and a +1 to your energy. The other one, that stationware, is a +2 to your energy and only a +1 to your kinetic. But it's also a little bit tougher, but it doesn't have an upgrade slot.
Okay.
At this level, it doesn't matter because we can't afford any upgrades anyways. So.
Right. All right. Well, Orindor will take the stationware unless somebody else wants it.
No, go for it.
Okay. So if I equip it, it will automatically change all the settings and whatnot.
I believe because it is currently configured for a Sheeran. If you are not a Sheeran, we are going to have to take it.
Okay. So
I
would
have
to
the
just carry it.
engineering skill. Actually, no, I don't, because I think you're going to need at least somebody with 3 ranks in engineering to modify
Okay.
that armor for you.
All
So
right.
it will have to be modified to fit you.
Okay. That's cool.
But
I
we
could
can pay
probably
money
do
for
it.
that in town.
But
Yeah.
I can just carry it for now though.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Correct. So if
I
you
could
put that
probably
on,
modify it for him.
the sleeves will go all the way down to the floor and stuff.
Right.
If it was
And
magical armor, then that's different.
Sheeran is very very big. So. Okay. Hero deck. Orindor has
All right, so
learned.
that's what you find in this room. Is anybody else going to do anything else? And take a long rest in the
Doc
bed?
Doc would like to take that rapture dust because in a couple of levels, I'll be able to replicate it.
Oh. Nice.
And that Harrow deck, do we have a mystic in the party or a technomancer?
Yeah, that's me.
Me? I am.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I think one of you, that Harrow deck, I believe
Yeah,
that's more of a diviner kind of
yeah. Loki, you've got that,
thing.
or
I'll take that.
is
Yeah.
it under? It's under mysticism or no?
I don't know exactly what it does, but I believe that if you have like augury spell, which is, I don't know if it's mysticism or technomancer, but
Okay.
it's used. It's basically like a tarot deck.
Right.
So it doesn't
Tarot
actually do
cards.
anything besides role playing. If you want to role play with it, it's worth 300 credits.
That's nice. So go for it.
Keep it as a piece
Loki.
of personal treasure. It's
There
nice
you
to
go.
have.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take it soon.
Orindor will definitely challenge you some of that. I have had some serious games at college. I'll tell you that.
All right, so you don't find anything else in this room. You guys, anybody gonna take a sonic shower or a long rest in the bed? Do anything else?
No,
I think we're good.
but you said the hollow projector, is it a static image that it's showing?
No, they're waving at the camera.
They're waving. Is there like a little button on it that can cycle through pictures?
No, it's just the one.
Nothing like that. It's just the one.
Yeah, but it had a little secret compartment with the dust in it. So I think that was probably its main purpose,
Okay.
other than for emotional support.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we found nothing here. That's the toilet, right? The little door there.
Yep.
It's a shower, yes.
Well,
Sonic
I'm
shower.
thinking the door with the atmosphere breach on the other side of it, looking at this map, is almost certainly not where the bridge on the ship is. I say
Okay.
let's first investigate these doors down here, the double doors back off of the party room,
Okay.
because I think what we really want is going to be through one of those sets of double doors there, up
Okay.
to the north.
Why didn't let me know my.
Which ones I don't know.
Oh, back in the tarot card room there.
Back in the main room where the hookahs and
Right. Okay.
blow.
So where's the door
That's why.
for this room? Oh, down here. Okay. So
Yeah, it's
I'm
way
heading
back
out.
down here.
Yep.
Then it's not letting me go through the door.
It's there we go. So
No,
there it is.
because
there it
Loki's
is.
standing in the
walking
door, it won't let you go through.
Yeah, I was having problems. I was off to the side and not right in front of it. So essentially, I was walking into the wall like an idiot.
We still love you.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Love me
let's
too.
have a look at these doors.
Now I'm walking into a table.
All right. So you're heading down. Okay. So Orindor will be right there as moral support.
All right, so let me know when everybody's ready and
All
your
right, I'll pop
tokens
the
are where
door.
you want to be when you open the door.
Why am I?
I will stand right there. Right there. So open up
Okay.
the north one, and that way have a little bit of protection in case something goes radically
Yep,
wrong.
I'm just gonna slide the one side of the door open.
Who's
Have a look
purple?
inside.
Doc, you want to get rid of that arrow?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. All right, so if everybody's ready,
Guess I am.
okay, then go ahead and open the door.
There's a whole breach. We get sucked out into the vacuum of space and all freeze to death and die.
So this room is an infirmary. You see rows of beds, surgical table, a bunch of cabinets, there's medical supplies and equipment.
Doc looks like a kid in a candy shop.
Yeah. I'll also Nordor will also go in there. If I can, let's see if I can get in there. Close it up and open the door. There we go. Okay. My curiosity gets the best of me, and we'll look around. These are beds, medical beds.
Correct.
Let me see if I have anything. So we're just going to look at the med thing, see if he finds any healing serums, whatever. Talks to Doc about it.
Yeah, let's have a look around and see if we can find anything of use. Let's have a look at the computer and see if we can find anything. Did we examine the computer in the other room as well?
There was no computer in the
Yeah.
other room.
Okay, there
In
was
the
no
estate
computer in the
room.
bedroom. Okay.
So
Is there one in here?
the computers in here are only for diagnostics. Used
So they're
for
just
for
medical
scanning of things.
equipment.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Very nice.
But if you look in the party sheet, everything is very well labeled and organized. It's very easy to find everything that you need. Especially Doc,
Ooh.
it's how you would
Wow,
set it
that's
up.
nice. Holy crap.
You see there's a med kit, some med patches, a prosthetic limb, steering healings of serums, and stimulants.
Stimulant tier 1. Wow.
Okay,
So
those
again,
are med
that's
patches.
if you could let
5
me know
med
what
patches.
everybody
I can
wants before
use.
we just grab them, please.
Yes.
And
So I can use one or two med patches.
The reason I do that for the stream and for anybody who cares is that when we have strong personalities playing, besides doing a majority of the talking and stuff, a lot of times they'll just grab stuff and take stuff.
Nope,
And
never.
so it ends up to where one person gets a lot more stuff than everybody else. So I try to make it to where I ask, we determine as a party who wants what, and then I'll just divvy it all out at once.
I suggest everybody have a med patch on them because a med patch is something you can use without medical experience.
Also, the serum of healing is also not
serum
magical,
of healing. I already have two,
magical,
so I suggest each of you take a serum of healing. It's a level 1 healing potion in a bottle with a syringe. Right. That's kind of like an EpiPen healing. You jab it in your leg and juice yourself up.
But you have to have a.
But you guys should each take one of those. You guys should each take a med patch. Does anybody else have ranks in medicine? Even one?
I do.
I have mysticism.
Take the med kit.
Okay.
I already have equipment that equivalates the med kit, so somebody else having a med kit would,
I believe, has training in medicine as well.
Then Amica maybe should take
Amica
one of you should have a med kit. You should each have a med patch, and I'll take one as well. The serums of healing, you guys should each have one. I've already got some. The stimulant, if we have a melee fighter,
that's you.
If I could take it and replicate it. See, it's a level 1. I could replicate it now with UPVs and my lab.
Nice.
It's a nice effect.
So I'll take that stimulant. The prosthetic
you
limb.
replicate that, and then I'll take.
Well, let's see.
Just use it as a bat. I want that.
Prosthetic limb.
Anybody?
I'll take the prosthetic limb. I'll find something to do with it eventually.
Well, if your own arm or leg gets blown off, then you'll have a replacement.
There you go.
Yep.
But
so Sven, do you distribute the med patches once we get them all claimed?
Yes, I would prefer to distribute everything once we determine who's getting what. So Amika's not here. I'm not sure if you want one. So if you, Loki and Amika, go ahead and give me percentiles. Whoever rolls lower will get the med kit.
Yeah, the med patches are pretty cool. with the or the
Yeah.
healing a serum of healing with broken bones, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, med patch is a pretty little slick piece of equipment. But those now
All right, so look at your inventories. Besides Doc, does anyone have a serum of healing? Mark 1.
It's Orindor has one.
I have, yes, I have one.
Orindor has
Yeah.
one. He does not have magic abilities, but he has medicine.
now I have the
I'm sorry.
ability.
He does not have medicine. He has mystical. So if that makes any sort of difference,
Anything that is pharmaceutical in nature, serums of healing, although my serums of healing are technological and not magical, they do the same thing, the rapture dust. I
Okay.
can replicate that stuff, but I need UPBs to do it and time. It takes, I
Okay.
think, about 4 hours per thing that I replicate. But, UPBs are a form of currency that we're probably going to acquire at some point. But if
Right.
you want, I can turn that into healing for us.
Like I said, so Orindor has one of them. So but he's not a medicine. He's mystic.
That's fine.
All right, so
Serum
no
of
one else
healing.
has a serum of healing?
Orindor has one.
I'll take one. I don't have
No,
one.
I'm asking, does anyone have one? Anyone
Oh.
else have one in
I
your
don't have
inventory?
one.
He wants to make sure you got it coded so that
No,
you can
not
use it.
mine.
So then everyone except Orindor, which is only 4. So everyone
Thank
except Orindor will get one.
Cool.
Loki, Verity, Mika, and Twitch.
At least Loki, you're big enough to not be encumbered by
Amika
it. That's for
has
sure.
one.
But Amika also has. She also has the ability to utilize it.
Anybody
Already.
can use a serum of healing. Like you said, it's an EpiPen.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Yes, she
no
does.
skill check required. It's like drinking a potion in D&D.
Okay.
All right, so you guys find everything and rate it. Ripping stuff off the shelf, shoving it all into your bags, taking the sheets and the pillows, unscrewing the machines.
No, but Doc will stop and open up one of the cabinets and reach into a jar and take a nice fistful of tongue depressors and stick them in his pocket.
There you go.
Well,
And Loki's over there
forward,
eating
gentlemen.
cotton balls.
Coughing up a fur ball.
All right, well,
Heading out next door.
forward then. The bridge has got to be forward.
Could I be up on top? I think, right?
That's got to be through one of these doors up here.
Yep.
I think
It
so. Up top.
All right, I'm
well,
going to let somebody else take the
Says-
lead since I'm fat and squishy.
The door is locked.
We're all first level, so we're all squishy.
Yep. Verdi, you want to try one? Orindor
I
will back you up
guess.
there. I'm there to back you up there. I'm on
The
the
doors
east
are
side
locked.
there. Well, locking I can handle. That's
Didn't we find the key card?
Very
We
good.
just feel like
Yes, Twitch has the key card.
all right. Twitch.
Is that what we need to open these doors? Is the key card?
Possibly.
Unless I
Or a suitable
So at this
application of
point, we
high
know that the
explosives.
key card works for the armory.
Right.
Let's try it.
Give me just a second. I need to check one
All
other
right.
thing.
Pulling out the key card, swiping it. You in your seconds.
Oh, thank you for fixing that.
All right, so the doors in front of Loki and Twitch have been damaged,
Cool.
and that includes and it just doesn't. You're not sure if it was intentional, but the panel as well, where you punch in the codes and stuff, have been damaged. You guys remember, or may not remember, but the magma elemental was in here, and he was periodically slamming at this door. There are burn marks and little indents where he was eventually pounding his way through this door, and that includes the panel as well.
Okay.
All right, well then I'm going to step up next to Orndor and see if it works on this side of the door.
Yep. I agree.
All right, so whoever is trained in engineering can also give me a DC 15 engineering.
I'll step
Right.
up to the broken door and have a look.
On it.
Oh, low number.
I'll roll it too. If that's okay. Stu.
Anybody who's trained in
Nice.
engineering.
15.
Nice. Couple nice rolls there.
All right, so the reason I'm doing
Maybe.
this is just to give you guys, it's not necessary here, because Twitch, as you put the card up, it does unlock it. But I want you to be thinking about these things. I don't want to spoon feed this to you as you guys go up in levels and do. This is different ways you can use your engineering checks. So disabling this lock requires a DC 30 engineering check. But those of you who rolled above a 15 in your engineering just now realize that you could temporarily shut down the ship's power and reduce it down to 20. And you could override it that way. So, but it's not necessary because your key card does click and the light turns on and you guys are sucked out because there's no pressure on the other side.
All right, I know what my next character is going to be.
Liar face.
Shift. Who, Jingo or me?
Both of us.
Okay, so yes, I was not telling the truth.
Okay.
Door opened just fine. And sure enough, this is a
I'm
bridge.
opening the door.
Nice. All right. Go ahead. I'm going
So
in.
that you see this, there's a curved multi-tiered balcony. So just, you guys can enter the room. That's fine. There's outer walls and ceilings are formed of clear composite with holographic overlays. There's all these different overlays are crowding you can see out into the stars and stuff, but on the heads-up displays are scattered all throughout, and you see instrument panels and readouts blinking and different holographic displays that are flashing reds and different signs. You see workstations that line the balcony curved outer edge. There's the raised platform is there where you guys is higher than where you are now than what's in front of you. So you those steps that Loki is on go down
Right.
to all the instrument panels and things. And you do see that there's this room smells like smoke. It's not huge, but it's definitely when you step in, there's smells like there's been an electrical fire in here. And since Loki's went running in, you see that there's a small pile of ash and what looks to be some sort of armor in front of the central pilot station.
Which is this?
Spontaneous
There seems to
combustion.
be something wrong with my token. I don't know what happened.
Go over slightly to the right. There you go.
Well, no, on my screen there's two of them.
So try closing the map and coming back in. If that doesn't work, let me know and I'll delete your token and put it back on.
It didn't work.
What do I want to do? So, small features.
I wonder if there's a
All right,
captain's
can you see
email.
now?
Yeah.
All right, so
Close to that pile
first of all,
of ashes.
we're
You
just
don't know
gonna.
what made that.
I'm sorry, Roberta. What were you saying?
I wouldn't get too close to that
We can get too close to what?
pile of ashes. You don't know what
Okay.
what happened.
I think Doc is correct with spontaneous combustion.
Looks like he burned up.
So
But
that's
why?
All right,
the
so
middle chair.
let's go through the. I'm just gonna go across throughout the room. What is your intent? So we'll start with Twitch. What are you going to be doing?
I'm going to stand here back again.
You're breaking up really bad. I heard I'm going to stand here against.
To enter. I don't know what happened to.
She said she's hanging there in a ready stance as we mill around the place.
All right, so sounds like Twitch is going to be guarding. Verti, what are you doing? What is your intent?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm kind of just waiting, I guess, for something to happen.
All right. Orindor?
I'm just randomly looking around. I mean, in the area where I am, up on the second level there, or the higher level.
That's the lower level. You
Oh, the lower level.
Twitch and
Okay.
them are higher than you guys. You guys are looking down.
Okay. All right, then I'll go check out the computers and stuff over there in the front.
All right,
So
and
there.
Loki?
I want to go to the pilot seat and see if I can figure out what happened.
And Doc?
I'm going to go to this pile of ashes and have a closer look.
All right, so the two of you are doing the same thing. So Orindor,
Yes.
I need. So no, I don't need a roll from you. You do see that there's a blinking light on the ship's console.
Okay.
That is a little abnormal compared to the everything else that's already going on. There are lights everywhere and lots of things, but there's something going on with this blinking light.
I would like to check it out, see if maybe it's an emergency signal or something.
Okay,
It
so
is SOS.
Doc and Loki, I need. Here it is. life science or mysticism. If they're red, then you can't roll it, and it's DC 15.
Life science is my specialty.
Ooh.
Does the recall
Ouch.
apply to that?
Does the what?
Hold on. I got that thing where I could recall, where I can re-roll a. Hold on, let me.
You got an
Find it.
exocortex?
I think it's a spell.
Oh.
Correct. It's a spell that you it's your one of your 0 level spells. And yes, so I'm looking at here on the. Why aren't you in the combat? Oh, there you are. Okay, so you should have that coded.
So
Spells.
I would just click on it where it says re-roll failed skill check.
Yep.
That's weird. I could have sworn I coded it for you. So
I have the same thing.
do you have it coded?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so that's why. I didn't realize. So let me go ahead and. So anyway, so the answer to your question is yes. So the way this works is, at some point throughout the morning, you would cast this spell. And then you have 24 hours, I believe. Yes, it's 24 hours or until it's expended to use it. And then as a reaction, you can re-roll a failed skill check to recall knowledge. And so the way that would work is if you're in the middle of a fight or something, you would then turn it off. It would go away now that you've used it. And then you would then recast it. So you can keep recasting it over and over. But if you forget to recast it, stuff like that, that's why I'm having it coded. Because you may get busy, things might be happening, and you may not be able to recast it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So as far as my character, the recall is the same way as far as the failed skill check roll, or is that can I do that anytime? It says it's
You
one
two have
standard
the
action.
exact same spell.
Oh, I want it. Huh?
Okay, so it says 24 hours until expended. Okay. Cool.
All right, so the answer to your question is yes. Go ahead and re-roll. So now that you've used it, it will be turned off until you say you cast it again.
What did I roll? Life science? Even worse.
All right, so Doc, you are able to confirm that this is the disintegrated remains of a biological creature. Maybe the result of magic or deconstruction nanites.
Deconstruction nanites.
And
look around for what might have caused that. Is there like a beam mounted to the dashboard here, or I'm wondering.
And the reason something like that would be done to somebody is to prevent somebody from casting resurrection magic or speaking with dead, turning them undead, those type of things. By doing it this way, that you cannot bring them back.
Wow, this was some pretty hardcore stuff, and no clue as to why.
Probably mercy, I imagine.
It must be. Yeah, but how did it happen? Did he just did
So
they
you
reach
do
out with
see.
psychic waves and just burn him to nothing?
Nope, there is.
That's frightening.
Within the pile of ash, there is a suit of armor and what looks to be a necklace.
I will you know, naturally before I started
What is
poking in
it?
the ash, I put on a pair of gloves. So I will take a pen out of my pocket and gingerly pull the necklace up out of the ash and have a look at it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want it to do to me what it did to him. If the necklace is what did it, I don't want to be a pile of submolecular dust. No, thank you.
Exactly.
And have a look at this necklace. Have I seen anything like it before?
All right, so we'll get back to you in just a minute. Orndor, what were you saying you were doing?
I'm closely watching what Doc's doing and helping him out with any of my my vast knowledge.
Okay, Loki and Doc are together in the pilot by the pilot's seat, which is over here on the opposite
Oh,
side of
okay.
where you are from this
Yeah,
flashing light.
I
I
was
thought you were
actually,
reacting to the flashing light.
yes, I was flashing. You are correct. Thought was that it might be an SOS signal or something like that. I'm checking it out, see if I can figure anything out. I'm versed in engineering and computers and piloting.
All right, so a hologram flashes and comes to life in the middle of the room.
Ooh.
You see a copper-skinned humanoid with short, dark horns. He's got slightly luminous flame red hair that turns blonde towards the roots. Probably in his mid-30s. You do see that necklace. Sort of looks like a collar around his neck. You see
Okay.
several wounds that are bleeding through his armor. And he's sort of wavering on his feet as he's sort of trying to focus, sort of looking toward the camera. Um, Again, anybody with life science can give me a DC 10 roll.
Here we go.
We killing it.
All right, so you realize that this man, those of you who rolled high enough, is an Efreet. In this case, human and Efreeti ancestors. And because it's a cool picture, and all of you are male, you
Oh,
remember going
nice.
back to your studies and studying in depth the pictures that they had of what the Efreetis look like.
Very nice. This halfling has nothing to do with this sort of thing, correct?
I
Definitely.
imagine they're a halfling Ifrit on the fire elemental plane as well.
Correct.
Every race that exists here, there's a fire analog to it there, right
Okay.
down to the animals and bugs.
Give me just one more second. I thought.
So fire ants there would be actual fire ants.
Yes. And their goats would be fire goats, and their bumblebees would be fire bumblebees. Yes.
Fire yellow jackets.
Fireflies.
Yeah, and their daisies would be fire daisies. Yes. Everything is made out of fire there. So yeah,
So instead of murder hornets, it would be fire murder hornet.
yes.
Ooh.
And of course, the same is the case with every elemental plane. If we were to go to the plane of water, there would be water beings everywhere.
Just bring some liquid nitrogen with you.
There you go.
Freeze them. Okay, I'm gonna close pictures. Those are cool pictures.
Okay. My name is Tash. I was on Noma. And the message sort of dissolved for a bit and then comes back for me and sees the burning mother. I was among them, but can't be. And then he stumbles as if he was struck. He opens his mouth, and you see the collar around his neck flares with the red light, and he looks sort of tries to look down toward it, and his hands go toward it, and then he looks straight ahead, and his eyes sort of as he sighs, and his eyes look tired, and as he sighs and says, "Forgive." And then this cloud of silver erupts from the collar and flows around his body, and it consumes everything it touches, starting with his head, and he's reduced to dust, and the hologram fades.
Oh my god.
Drop it, Doc. Drop it. Get rid of it.
I'm wondering. Interesting.
So this is a message, so you can download it, you could save it, you could leave it, whatever you wanted to do with this data
Having
that's been.
having seen this collar thing in action, Doc will
Yeah.
promptly drop it to the deck.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
something we should leave alone.
I don't want that to happen to any of us. I suggest we leave it there. I'm not that curious.
Exactly.
So it appears, he made somebody mad.
So Loki, go ahead and give me a engineering check again.
Engineering.
You're trained in it, correct?
Yep.
Or have ranks in it, I should say. All right, so you recognize that it's a Kasatha microcord, black with crimson accents. The armor is. You also see a semi-automatic tactical pistol, also black and red, and you find 27 rounds as well.
Can I pick? I'll pick the pistol up and
And
armor.
you also see a crit stick.
Can I
Money,
wear
money.
it? Is the armor better than what I have on? Or am I
Don't
even
believe
wearing?
so.
Or am I just wearing like a lab coat walking around? Oh.
All right. Let's have a look. This came up when they accessed the computer, right?
It's the KAC bonus is one more. The max dex bonus is less. You also have an armor class penalty for trying to sneak or do acrobatics and stuff like
Okay.
that with the
I will
microcord.
just take the pistol then. I'm going to take the pistol.
Yeah, again,
Pick it up.
does anybody else want this semi-automatic tactical pistol? With this, unlike
Nope.
the other ones, it does not use batteries. It actually uses bullets.
All right, I'm trained in that, but let me see.
Everybody is trained in small arms, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, but I have a specialty in it.
I don't mind that you take it. weapons and armor are going to be things that
I
I
don't want
almost
it.
am never going to have a claim on.
All right, so
Twitch, you're saying that you wanted it? I hear you right?
No.
No.
Okay, then Orndor will take it.
so Orindor and Loki, give me percentiles. Whoever gets lowest gets it.
There. 7.
Wow.
Wow.
That was close.
All right, and does anybody want the armor?
What's its armor class? Kinetic and
1 and 3, but it also gives you a max dex of 3 as opposed to 5 if you have second skin, which most of you
I
have.
have no dex.
And most of it also has an armor penalty of 1 for certain things that you do and having to do with dex.
No, I'm going to stick to what I've got.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't do dex things anyway, so I could probably get away with using it. You know, if nobody else wants it, I will wear it. Because I don't have any dex skills and I don't have any dex, so I'm not going to take any penalties from it. So if I will take that and I will put back the second skin.
All right, so who was the pilot? I believe it was Loki.
Uh-huh. That pilot. Yeah.
Did one of you have the piloting background? I don't think anybody did. Theme?
Shit.
All right, so anybody who has, as you're looking around ship and stuff, you realize you could probably limp this back to the far portal station.
Okay.
You wouldn't want to try to get into any kind of combat with it. You could not go in through the drift. I don't even remember if it has a drift armor, but you could get it the couple hundred yards, the several kilometers it is to far portal station.
Let's get it there.
Oh, let's see. Um,
I'm sure the scientists there will, want to examine this more thoroughly.
do you want me to make a piloting roll?
Is Amika back?
I can help it. No, I can't. Right. Amika.
She'll be back in 5.
Okay. So we need
I just
a
sent her a text.
All
DC 21 engineering to patch the one
engineering.
I can
functional
help.
engine enough to carefully limp the ship back to far portal
All right.
station.
I can help. I can help with engineering.
I'll
Okay,
throw
go
a
ahead.
help on that.
Yeah, you'll need to. I'm rolling shitty.
So that
All right,
wasn't
so you
much
guys
help,
can
but,
take can either take 10 or take 20 if you want to take an hour. You can take 20 or you can take 10, which would be about 10 minutes.
If we take 10, what's the DC we're looking for?
21.
so
I can't.
go ahead and
I take 10
re-roll.
won't get it for me. But a take
You'll
20
have
would automatic.
18, and then as long as 2 people help you.
I'll help you.
All right,
And if
yeah,
we're taking
that's
10,
true.
then they automatically help.
Okay, so yeah, we can limp this back to the station.
There, that's better. So I got an 18 on the engineering help. That's any help.
Okay. All right. So you're able to get the last one of the engines going enough to You go back through the debris and the dead, weird creature, radioactive creature that mutated Verti.
Nice.
You guys determine that the credit stick has 250 credits on it.
Nice. That's a
Nice.
nice chunk of change right there.
All right, is there anything else you wanted to do in this ship? What are you doing? I'll be nice and remind you. Is anybody doing anything with the culinary synthesizers?
Since
I thought we already
you know,
we grabbed one.
let's
No, we
let's
never
go ahead.
said if
This
we
is
were
a
grabbing
salvage
one or not.
operation. Let's go ahead and take them. They're worth money.
Yeah, and plus
You know,
they produce a high quality intoxicant, so
We can put one
It's a
on our
low
ship and
quality
sell the other.
intoxicant.
it said high quality on mine.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
high quality. Okay,
high
it's
quality, low
high
potency.
quality, low potency. Yes, thank you.
Oh, but it's, I'm into the
I don't know.
elegance of everything.
You drink enough
High,
of it.
high class, even if it's low thing.
Okay, so it does take several minutes. So you guys, nobody had done it because it does take a while. You can't just pick it up and walk out. You have to disassemble it and get it
Fine.
ready. Thing.
Uninstall it.
But
Yes.
it's a DC 10 engineering, so you don't have to worry about rolling because you guys can make that automatically. So I will put that in the party sheet as well. Question is, did you want to sell them both, keep one or both for your ship?
I think we
one.
should
Ooh,
sell
keep one
one
first.
and keep one.
Yeah.
And you said it has. You have to pay to use this, right?
No.
Does it use UPBs? No, it just produces a certain volume
Okay.
of food
I
in
thought
a
I
day.
heard.
It has to be programmed with what you want to be able to do it. And that does take some time and programming skill to do so, but people with computers and the ability to find the right recipes and things can program it. So it's not like you can just walk up and say, give me Vesk cuisine until it's programmed. But once it's programmed, it will then do it.
And of course, the first thing anybody ever programs it to make is prison hooch.
I'll get to
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
Very
on that.
nice.
And right now it's programmed to make hummus and sour gummy worms.
I like hummus.
As much as you want.
Hummus is a good solid food staple, but I think I get tired of it.
Just got to have some chips with it, you know.
All right, so you guys are grabbing the synthesizers. Is there anything else you guys wanted to grab or do or anything else? As the ship is slowly being brought back to the far portal station.
As a souvenir, in that room with all of the rugs and the hookahs and everything, Doc's going to take one of the hookahs.
Ooh.
All right. I will presume
I'll
you know
just
how to
create it
make
as an inventory
an
item. Yeah, I don't ever intend to sell it. This is just a souvenir of my.
You already
my
have
first
all of the
ever-
drugs that go in it, so there's 200 credits worth of drugs in there.
Were there any items of dress or ornamentation that were available other than what Doc took as far as the uniform and stuff like that?
I didn't take the uniform. Well, I did take that one suit of armor we found on the bridge, but the other armor I didn't take. I think Loki took that. And
Someone else
wants
has
to have
that
it
one.
fixed
You have that
himself.
one. You took the other one.
Yeah. No. I'm talking about like, you know, like if you have a nice tie clip or you have a, you know, emblem that's hoity-toity. In other words, I come from high society, so anything that attracts my eye that is cool. So that would be the only thing I would find, or I would find interesting.
So both of the armors have that symbol, the red symbol with the crimson sun and stuff.
Okay.
if you want to keep those on there, or you can remove them when you reshape it for yourself.
Okay, I'll also keep them on there then.
All right, yeah, let's go take this ship back to the scientists and see what they have to say. And then we need to contact Syndicate, because I think they need to get hold of us. But we will do that tomorrow after we go back to the space station and spend a night in a bed.
All right, so you do get an award and some experience. I mean, you're awarded some experience for
Yay.
taking the Breath of Embers back to the portal.
All right.
All right, so give me just a second. Here we go. So, Station Master Jory meets you back in at the dock when you guys are there.
Okay. Exiting the ship.
She is the one who sort of asked you guys to go check it out, and she sees she's breathing heavy with excitement as she asks you for a full report of what you found aboard the Breath of Embers. And you go ahead and give me a what's the equivalent of insight? Is it sense motive?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a sense motive.
For
I'm gonna
Orndor?
say DC 12 from everybody. Yeah,
In the
DC
tower?
12 what? Sorry?
sense
motive?
motive.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Didn't you
Uh,
say in the tower or not in the tower?
No, not
No, it's
because I told you the DC.
Oh,
All right, so Verity and Doc don't really notice, but everybody else notices that as you guys come out and she sees that you're carrying stuff from the ship, her eyes sort of widen for a bit, and she's clearly surprised that you would remove stuff from the ship. She doesn't say anything though, and
Hey, we aren't getting paid.
so medics and mystics come up to you guys and will heal you. So anybody who is
Nice.
hurt, if you would go to your main page and just delete all your wounds. Your RP stays the same, but any wounds, or I don't think anybody's down stamina. Anybody who's down wounds is now healed. They don't have anywhere to really sell anything or buy anything here. So if you want to, selling the loot and other stuff, significant resupplying will have to wait until you get to somewhere else.
All right.
And all right, so you're done talking to her. Or as you're talking to her, is there anything else that's, and you guys are getting patched up? Everybody's asked different questions. Anybody who has any kind of recording device or took pictures or has anything, I mentioned it, but I don't remember if anybody said, did anybody download or make a copy of the
Yes,
hologram?
we did. And we'll pass all the information along to her,
Okay.
as well as a detailed account of everything we ran into and what happened on the ship.
Right. All our observations and surmises of what happened. Surmising.
All right, and so this whole thing took about. Let's see if I've set up. I didn't set up the counter yet. What the hell? Kind of crappy GM.
I hope that was a rhetorical question.
So there is a Packed World calendar. I'll get it set up because I definitely like to keep track of what's going on and when and a timeline because it gets really confusing, especially since we play every other week. In this case, it's been 4 weeks since we played, and knowing what time it is, remembering what time it is from week to week. Anyway, so that'll be set up. I don't know why it's not working now. It's being a jerk. I'll have that set up. I'll put it in my notes right now. But anyway, the whole search of the ship since you received the last message from the Midnight Core, it's been about 2.5 hours. And then you had to then you had to fly it back and dock it, give her the thing. So I'll say it's been about 4 hours all total.
All right, let's call the
You guys are
bosses.
healed and repaired. Verity, you need to take away your wounds. You can do that on your main page, just to zero it out.
I'm sorry, I thought you did that automatically.
All right, so at this point, you have a couple choices. So you contact, first of all, you said you're contacting the Midnight Core. What are you telling them?
We got a message that we needed to respond. I'm gonna give them a debriefing on what we were involved in, and they wanted us to go to Akaton next, correct? Ask them if they've because I did send them a message to talk to Far Portal Station about compensation for what we were doing. Just let them know that we are done with what we were working with here, and that you know after a suitable period of rest, we will set course for our next assignment as requested.
Okay, so you send that off. It does take a little while since you're right here. Even though this isn't a major, it's not like Absalom Station or a planet. Um, a lot of times those messages between planets are pretty quick. It will take a few minutes for that to go back and forth. In the meantime, there are some things. You are surrounded by scientists. You are surrounded by learned people. I'm not going to do this very often, but to give you ideas, I think one of the biggest problems with Starfinder is that so many of us are used to a D&D type game, is that you forget you have access to the infosphere. You can
Infosphere.
right the Google
Oh, the
Their
information.
version of
Right,
the
right.
web.
Okay,
and
got it.
and for one and two, you also so you can do a lot of investigation. You can do a lot of stuff prior to hacking in, trying to find information on these different things. But in this particular case, again, you're surrounded by all these learned people who know about Freets, about the plane of fire. That's why they're here. They're studying this far portal which leads to the plane of fire. So you could ask them things about, like the collar you found, the breath of embers, the
Yes,
ship.
Right.
the collar is something I would like to know more about as a cultural object, and
Okay.
it's
You
got
could
to be a
also
pretty
ask
cool
them about the
society that
whale
uses that.
far portal, far station, or the sun, or the message that the hologram. You could try to get some more information about that. So, first of all, we're going to start with the caller. The rest of you be thinking about something, if anything, that you want to know about. Um, so they study it and had been do some checks. You see some mystics come over and cast some spells. So engineers come over and take a look at it and stuff. Um, it looks like it was something called an allegiance collar, and it may have provided some sort of benefits to the wearer. Things, like uh, it's hard to tell now because its magic has been expended, but it does look like it provided some sort of protection, whether it was armor class or maybe resistance to certain type of energies or something. They're not sure, but as well, when given a command, you saw what it could do. And going back over one of the technicians goes over and sort of studies things. They're pretty sure that the whale broadcast the signal to trigger this.
So the whale was sent, or the whale was the villain here, the one controlling it all, and we brought the story to an end. I don't know enough about space whales.
Well, our thought was that the whale got taken over by the evil presence
There
against its
was
will. Against its will.
technology and implants on the whale. You do know that for sure.
But there was also a self-destruct, and it was destroyed before we could investigate it.
Correct.
And so, yeah, there's definitely something else at play. Whoever sent the whale and killed this guy, is still out there and might come looking for this ship. And I'll warn the scientists of that, if one thing can come out of that gate, another thing might come out of that gate. And somebody really didn't want this ship coming out of that gate, so they might
Right.
come after it.
All right. And Verity, was there anything that you wanted to do or ask about?
No, I don't think anything in particular.
All right. What about you, Loki?
No.
All right. Twitch?
So in all this time of you guys being out here studying,
I have no idea what you're saying. I heard in all this time you guys have been out here studying. I don't know what you're using for your Discord, but it doesn't like you.
Were you asking how long we'd been out there studying this, or were you asking scientists? From what I understand, what they told us is that over the years, more than a few people have flown through the portal. Nothing has ever come out before now.
Right. That's why they've been waiting for so long to see if anything. There's something going on back there, that's for sure.
Signals do not go through the portal, so probes and things like that have been sent through, they cannot receive any kind of signal back.
Why don't they just have a wired drone go through?
They've
With a
had wired
cable.
drones go through, uh, and once it goes through the portal, the wire is disconnected. The wire is immediately cut, and people who've gone across have not returned. It is possible to get to the plane of fire. There are other means, magical means, and there are creatures who can transfer back and forth and things like that. It's just through this particular portal, they haven't seen that, and nothing has ever come out of it in recorded history.